Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised. Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. Thank you for being here. It is good to be here. Before we move into this video, we want to give a fair disclaimer that what you're about to witness, it is quiet indeed. There you go. What you're about to witness, it is inquired indeed disturbing, so we, just like we said in the beginning of this video, viewer discretion is advised, okay? Because this is serious, this is real. Back then, when things like that happened to so-called 83, they will scream CGI. Right now, they will scream it's AI. When it happened to us, it is real, but when it happened to them, it's CGI, it's AI. It's not real. It's just like the government tried to distract you. Oh, well, you know, earthquake happen all the time. It's just the news is reporting this so to make you fear and then make you scared and stuff like that, okay? All right, so let me play this one instead. Okay, so there we go.
First is developing news from Caracas. We have live pictures coming into us. We can see here rescue crews. They are working through the night. They're trying to find survivors after those two successive earthquakes devastated Venezuela's capital. There were 7.5 and 7.2 magnitude earthquakes, and they happened within the space of a minute. They rocked the city in scenes that residents say was reminiscent of a horror movie. Venezuela has activated an emergency declaration, shutting schools and hospitals. Authorities have just provided an update. They've put the death toll at 37 for the time being. There are fears, though, that number could climb into the tens of thousands.
A frantic search for survivors in Venezuela's capital. Rescuers scrambling through rubble where buildings once stood. As darkness blankets Caracas, families gather in the streets, desperate and searching for answers.
When we went downstairs, the scene was like a horror movie. We had to climb over the rubble and everything.
The building moved from side to side because it was incredible.
Several walls in the area collapsed, and it was really strong. We're expecting some aftershocks.
The first earthquake, initially measured at magnitude 7.2, struck shortly after 6 o'clock on Wednesday evening, local time. Its epicentre, west of the city of Morón, around 168 kilometres from Caracas. Less than a minute later, a second and more powerful magnitude 7.5 tremor hit. Smoke was seen rising above the skyline, buildings swaying across the capital. At Simón Bolívar International Airport, just north of Caracas, travellers ran for cover as the ceiling gave way. Smoke and debris quickly filled the terminal. The airport has since been shut down. Many Venezuelans were at home enjoying a public holiday when the ground suddenly began to shake. Authorities fear mass casualties. A tsunami warning was briefly issued for parts of the Caribbean before being lifted. The earthquakes are among the strongest to strike Venezuela in more than a century. The tremors so powerful, they were felt across several states. A country shaken in seconds, now facing a long stretch of fear, rubble and uncertainty. Lauren Forbes, Sky News.
And the US President Donald Trump has responded to those earthquakes in Venezuela. In a post on Truth Social, he writes, "The two major earthquakes that just hit the great people of Venezuela are both massive in scale and have left a devastating number of deaths. The USA stands ready, willing and able to help." He says, "I've instructed all our agencies of our government."
Okay. Beloved For those of you that have been with us forever now, you do know this isn't a game. This is not the elite or the media trying to scare people or trying to distract you. Though they are going to use this story to distract the people from whatever is going on out there. But this thing is real. It is real because you have, in less than 1 day, I shall say in 1 day, 3 earthquakes, at least the 3 of them that are recorded. One in Venezuela, the most devastated one. A 6.9 in Japan. A 4 point something, 5 point something in California. Okay? Why is that? What seems to be the issue here? What is the problem? What is it that every single freaking time you turn on the news, your phone, the TV, it is always something horrible happen to those people? Now, they will indeed take the whole, shooting at Walmart, the typical thing, the typical stuff, and just reheated that whole rotten soup and feed it to the people, because some of the people love these type of things and they will dwell on that. And you won't see anything like this. People speak, very few people will speak about this. 100,000 of fear dead. It is more than that. When they tell you 100,000, it's more like in 1 million. At least 1 million of those people perish over there because the land is being cleansed worldwide. So, now, again, this thing is happening worldwide. A few of the people will speak about it, but most people will choose not to speak about it. The Christians are not asking their pastors why. Most of those people that perish over there in Venezuela are Christians. Venezuela is not too far from here. Conspiracy theories will be out there say, well, the U.S. did this so they can take the oil. That by them forcibly removing, Maduro, which they can't blame this on the fellow. They established their own government over there. A lot of Venezuelans in here were so happy about this. They were celebrating. Now the earthquake happened, so whose fault that is? Okay, but even old man Trump went over there. This is not Trump tweaking, tweeting. Trump doesn't tweet things like that. He would have tweeted something very different. He would have said, and this is why God is punishing you people. He's telling you not to come to America. God bless America. That's why it did happen here in the red state. It happened in California. So he would have said something completely different. I don't know who that guy is, but he is not the Trump that I know. Nobody is asking, is this have something related to biblical prophecy? You won't see the Christians say, well, this is the beginning of the end. This is what Matthew and all was talking about and things like that, because they can't. If they say that, they by default, they nullify the rapture. By default, they just said, okay, well, the whole thing about the rapture is fake. Because before all of this to happen, all those death or earthquake, the Christians supposed to live here. They're supposed to be raptured. But it seems to me, you folks are still here. Go ask T.D. Jakes. Go ask all the other fellows, Sir Stone, Paula White. The other day I was listening that Paula White made a comeback better than ever. Paula White back in the mist, baby. Getting that money. This is worldwide. And this happened in the city like Guelda or like Guilda. I have the name over there. We have multiple videos we're going to go to, okay? Let's go to the other videos and see multiple angles. Some of them going to be the same, and then we're going to move to the fires, the heat waves, some of the plane crash, which I'm not going to talk too much because the plane crash is like, what the hell you want me to say, man? This thing is just like back-to-back plane crash, like back-to-back. It's just like every day it's a plane crash. But anyway, so let's move on to this, okay? I think this is the first one that I was going to play. Watch this one.
¡Marico! ¡Mi mamá, huevón! ¡Mi mamá! ¡Marico! ¡Marico! ¡Marico!
I guess that thing was recorded. I don't know if it did record. I guess it was recorded, the thing that was playing in the background. If it is, my apology, okay? So, this is the damage, beloved. This thing is real. The birth pain is real. All right. NBC News reporter in Venezuela says people she knows might be missing under the rubble. All right. So this is, let's look at more footages. Okay. Look at the, let's enlarge this right here. Okay. People are crying, yelling. All right. They are under the rubble.
Yes, sir.
This thing collapsed, beloved. This is no joke, okay? This is a reminder of 2010, December 10, 2010, or December 12, 2010. No, January 10, 2010, or January 12, 2010, back in Haiti, all right? For those of you 16 years ago.
This situation right now here in San Ardine, the prostitute juvenile building, that completely collapsed. There are many injured people inside. This is a disaster. This was coming to the pros of San Bernardino.
Okay, this is bad. This is bad, people. And for those of you, before I go to Genesis 15, you know, let me go ahead and bring that right quick. Okay, there you go. Now, plague number 9, number 10, thunder voices and destroying earthquake. What do you think all those loud boom people been hearing lately was about? Those meteors, people are saying, well, they are meteors when there is none. Oh, that thing over there, oh, that's SpaceX, no, Starlink, that's SpaceX, Starlink, Elon Musk. 2 weeks ago, he was nominated or proclaimed to be the world's first trillionaire. 2 weeks later, he lost it. And then another 2 weeks, they will say, oh, he's back being a trillion again. You people still not seeing the shenanigan? Now, this thing talk about earthquakes and multiple time, and multiple line. Number 5, destruction by earthquake. This is a great destruction over there. In Japan, which we're going to go to. California, we're going to go to. The earthquake is everywhere. The punishment of ye daughter of Zion is fulfilled. Yes, indeed, the punishment is fulfilled. Now, the iniquity of the daughters of Babylon is being reprimanded. They are now going to the furnace, just like we did. Don't get me wrong. And this calamity that happened there are few so-called Israelites or black people, whoever they are, they actually perish. It's part of it. It's part of it. But one thing remains clear. This is the judgment of the Holy One. No matter how you put it, man is not capable of this. This is the judgment of the Most High God Almighty.
Holy God.
Okay? Those are buildings with people in them. They weren't empty buildings.
My God, take care of us. Oh no. Let's see. Let's see the park here.
Alright? This dude is bleeding in the back.
Must be people there.
You know, can you imagine being trapped under this, in the heat wave? Under this pile of concrete. Dust in the heat is suffocating. A few years ago, not even a few, it was like 2 years ago, this happened in Turkey. And how many people they say perish? 12. Oh, that earthquake in Turkey literally flattened, destroyed the entire city. Oh, 12 people no more. And in Japan, nobody never died. It's after you realize, you go through the record and say, wait, a bunch of people die from this. Japan is the #1 country for elderly. You think elderly, like people that are in their octogen, is that what they call them? The property, people that are in their 80s, 90s, they will survive something like that? Or survive any type of earthquake. They never show the damage, like, okay, Japan sway a little. No, that's it. This history right there is real, and it is judgment.
No signal.
No, there's no signal. There's no signal.
The road, the roundabout of Moron.
Okay, split. Okay, I will not drive.
Could it be that they were at the pub?
Call it. I feel like calling.
Okay, so this is a terrible thing that happened over there, and they said they feared 100,000 no more. Well, the death toll is somewhere around 188, which is a joke. They said, well, we find 188 so far. There are people that they will never found. People, by the time they found them, they will decompose to such a degree that their substance will be mixed with the rubble. They won't even make the difference if it was a dead body or whatever that was. And people are out there wanting to talk about Jacob's trouble. Is that what that is? Is that what you guys, you people out there, they're talking about? You know, this is still some kind of Jacob's trouble? Is that what that is? Like, you know, the military gonna get ready to put the brethren in the camp or whatever that is and stuff. Anyway, so let's keep on moving. This is another version or another part of it, okay? That's the aftermath. That's the I hear your shot of Catialama, Venezuela, okay? All right? This is a horrible thing, man, you know? This thing is flattened, son. Flattened. And they weren't empty buildings, like they were all empty. There weren't nobody in there. Everybody were like outside chilling because of the heat. You know, this is real. This is real. Okay? I believe this is the moment where people were watching inside this now. Okay? They are watching sport. Okay?
Amareli, se está cayendo esta mierda.
Okay? Can you imagine this building collapse with them? Can you imagine being in something like that?
Mierda.
Look like dark, man. Hold on to the TV. He let the TV jiggle.
45 segundos. Se rompieron las cosas, Amareli.
So 45
Mierda.
seconds. This thing lasted 45 seconds. Oh, hish.
Mierda.
You're like, oh, dark. And 45 seconds, 4 plus 5s, you know what to do. And that's all it takes, beloved. 45 seconds, 60 seconds. Not 1 hour. That's why it's in the good book. In 1 hour, Babylon going to get what is going to happen. Can you imagine, beloved, this thing keep happening for 1 hour? Not only that, the fire, the hurricane, the animals, the chariot is coming, and all this thing coming at you in 1 hour. Total destruction. At least this is how I'm picturing it. You know? This is horrible right there, man.
Mira. La ropa que saqué.
So, again, this is...
Me cagué. Mira, que voy a limpiar, mira.
Okay, there's water. That's the water.
Qué mierda más arrecha.
Man, there's what a effed up thing, what a messed up thing happening. But nonetheless, beloved, can you imagine being in this thing for 45 seconds is like an eternity in this. Woo! 45 seconds is like an eternity in this thing, man.
Se partió el ventilador de Kiko. Todo bien.
The kids are not here. Probably they're outside or some kind of summer school.
Aquí está todo bien.
Everything is good.
Me tiemblan las patas todavía.
That's one guy. All right, that's one guy. You know. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Ooh, good grief! Can you imagine this whole thing fell on top of you, man? I think that's the airport, I guess.
Chamo, tremendo terremoto, vale. Se derrumbaron algunas cositas de algunos edificios.
And you know the thing, beloved, anytime something like that happened and you would have thought, you know, because it happened, it's a tragedy, and people would have been like, yo, that's a tragedy, this thing happened, and I don't want to be part of this. I gotta go home and mourn either my family, my friend, or whoever dying. This is a horrible thing. That's when certain people take advantage, start looting things. In Turkey, it happened. The people start looting the place. And California, when they had that fire, people, they even robbed the firefighters, man. There's a firefighter, he left his car there, and his belonging was in there. They took everything, and they took his debit card. He got paid on the same day, and they wiped out his account. I made a issue of trouble about that. That was during the Oregon fire 4 or 5 years ago. And people will take disadvantage, start looting things. Okay? So that's what happened. All right?
edificio. Bueno, el polvo es porque más que todo lo que se logró todo de la vibración en algunas azoteas, pero no hubo caídas fuertes. Sin embargo, hacia la Candelaria, hacia allá abajo, está completamente...
El desastre que hay, acabado totalmente. Observen después el terremoto. Observen cómo quedó todo. Señores, grave la situación que estamos viviendo acá. Cosas acá, mira. Mira este desastre. Este es Maiquetía. Las ascensores, ¿dónde están? Observen. Aquí estamos todos.
Aquí, cuando logré vestirme, que él me ayudó,
this thing
y
is
todas las
traumatic.
paredes agrietadas, pudimos abrir la puerta
Okay,
como pudimos.
all right. Being under this, man, you know, they are seeking people. It's not like you are under this, you are dead. You are under this and you are alive. Can you imagine this, man? You hear people, they can't hear you. Even if they can hear you, they can't get to you. This is a horrible ordeal, man. Horrible, horrible ordeal.
Una nube de humo que no nos dejaba ver. Y bueno, cuando bajamos el escenario era de película de terror. Tuvimos que subir por encima de los escombros y todo.
Okay, till now, you know, where this woman is, you know, she's retelling the story. Well, in that case, she's relaying the story to us. It feels so real to her. She's like, this is like a horror movie, you know, and the dust from some form of smoke, and you can't see the rubble. You are running. You don't know what's going on. This is very traumatic, man. This is very traumatic. Like, how are you going to live a normal life after this? At any moment, you know, like, this is going to happen again. There's aftermath. Okay, this thing happened yesterday, right? 2 days ago or yesterday, I'm not quite sure. Well, you guys are watching this on Friday. I recorded it on Thursday. It happened on Wednesday. There's aftermath, all right?
La conserje con la bebé y todos los vecinos bajando, pero los de este edificio solo he podido ver que han salido una familia.
She said, and the whole building, I only see one family got out. They had a baby, something like that. Okay. We managed to open the door, however, there was good smoke that wouldn't let us see. And when we went downstairs, the scene was like a horror movie. Okay, that's all that need to be said. It was like a horror movie. It's not like, oh, there's so many rubble. No, there are so many, in that case, you know, not burnt bread, but too much bread and wine down there. And the chaos, it was all over. And out of the building, she just saw only a family and a baby or something like that. Let me see. Like a horror movie.
Tuvimos que subir por encima de los escombros y todo.
We had to climb over the rubble and everything. The building superintendent with the baby and all the neighbors coming out. But from that building, I only saw that one family got out. Where are the other people? Beloved, because of all the horrible things that happened, let's give the Most High great praise, great glory. Join us, study with us. Study to show thyself approved unto the Holy One.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
The Holy Spirit, our Mother herself, is in the midst of our class, teaching, showing, and reasoning with us. Come and study with us. Magic, psychology, technology, economy, art. Download our monthly Word of Power, secret and powerful prayers. Join today as a tier. Student. Gravis. And better yet, Intra Templum. We must not cast our pearls before swine. The link is in the description. Join us today. great glory. Join us, beloved. Study with us. Study to show thyself approved. You see the sign. You see whether you're Jew or Gentiles alike. This thing is all over. This isn't the time for people to play around. This isn't the time to go to your pastor and try to ask him to teach you because he won't. They are under a very specific covenant, the covenant of Cain, the covenant of Canaan. They will not tell you the truth. They lie to you. They'll tell you to hate your masters, to perform lewdness. Over here, it's quite the opposite. Come, study with us. Do the best that you can. We have plenty lesson, not only on the Bible or whatever. You just watch the commercial. Nonetheless, beloved, let's keep on moving, okay? But from that building, I only saw that one family got out.
Ver que han salido una familia.
One family got out. That's it. All right. So then again, they will never say how many people that actually perish. Okay, they say, well, but the USGS gave a 39% chance that between 10,000 and 100,000 people would have died. Now, let's do a little math. Let's pull up our AI here. All right, let's pull up our AI in the midst and ask her to do a little calculation, because that's the job of the AI. Can you calculate for me if there is a 39% chance that between 10,000 and 100,000 people would have died in an earthquake? What if afterwards we realize it was 100%? What would be the number of people that could be found that are deceased?
100,000 people. If it turns out to be 100% certain, then the upper end of that range is what we're looking at, 100,000 deceased.
What if instead of the 39% between 10,000, we scale it from 100,000 to whatever that is, I believe. 10 times that, what would be the number?
1 million people. Scaling the upper bound by 10 times gives you 1 million deceased.
So, this is 39% chance. They estimated 39% chance. And we're going to take the upper, 100,000. At 39%, they have about 100,000 people die. After they get everything, around 1 million people. And folks going to sit there and say, but Big Levi, that's like the elite trying to, they're going to build a data center in Venezuela. You know, that's why they manufacture this earthquake and stuff like that. 3 plus 9, 39%, 10,000, the first two number. 100,000, the first two numbers. You already know who's in the missing, who's causing this. Daniel 12:1. There are so much things that are happening worldwide. Of course, they're not going to report it. This is just a hype. They just hyped on it, and there is no aftermath report. Like, okay, what happened? How many people perish? Can we see the numbers? Where are the datas? Well, of course. Okay. Okay. Thank you, my God. Antonio is, they can't find Antonio. Can't find him. Stay back. You know, that's a horrible thing, man. That's a horrible, horrible thing. You know, let's see. This one came out 6 minutes ago. Crews race to rescue survivor trapped after devastation. Let's watch this.
Dozens are dead and thousands are missing after a pair of strong earthquakes rattled.
And then people always want to make light of this. Is dozens are dead. Come on, man. Something like, you can't just sit there and say dozens. At least a few hundreds are dead, man. Well, dozens are dead and stuff like that. Okay.
Venezuela. The 7.2 and 7.5 magnitude quakes caused widespread devastation, and rescue efforts are underway to find survivors trapped in the rubble. KTLA's Corrine Winter joins us live from the news center with more. Corrine, the video is just harrowing.
It's just so heartbreaking to watch. The video that keeps coming into our newsroom, by the way, Lauren, and you have rescue teams there. They continue to pull those victims from debris fields in Venezuela. Some of them are alive, others tragically dead. Families there are just in shock right now, with many joining the search for their loved ones.
A desperate search for survivors in a debris field of rubble and destruction.
The ground was shaking very, very hard. Walls were coming down. Parts of, cracks were appearing in the front of the buildings. Everyone was terrified.
This reminds me of couple of videos that I used to watch back then, where a lot of passport bros would go to. Venezuela is not friendly to the US or friendly to passport bros or whatever they call those dudes. Colombia is friendly, and I see a lot of brethren, black men, move over there for the sake of the bakery, and under the guise that life is easier over there, or life is, much more manageable, cheaper, and things like that. But we know they move over there for the bakery. And then I'm not going to knock another brother hustle down. If you can get that cookies, you do what you must do to get a piece of that muffin. That's you, sir. But however, quite a few people will go to those countries to live there, whether for economical gain or advantages, or because their money will double, triple, or then quadruple there. Keep in mind that things like that, they have the potential to happen. For instance, in the Philippines, a lot of folks went over there, a lot of white men in the midst of that, for the young Filipinas or Filipinos to we cannot sit there, beloved, and forget about the lady boy. A hell of a lot of lady boys in the East and in Thailand and Philippines, this thing happened. Now, a lot of those dudes don't know this. The Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia, specifically Thailand, those weren't, and they still are not, destination for men to go out there to lie down with grown-ass women. It was never made for that. And these things start to change when the internet become mature. Forgive me, beloved, I'm about to say certain things here that's going to be a little bit disturbing for some. For those of you that are ancient enough, remember there was a video online circulated called Daisy Destruction. Please do not Google that, okay? Daisy Destruction was something on a daily basis. What white men were doing to little one that are about 6 years old. Nothing above 12. Anything that have the womanness, it's not good. Anything that is ripe, it's not good. If the fruit is ripe, it's not good. They're not going to get it. And 99.99 of those guys that go on vacation over there, they will go for unripe fruit. They will go for the premature fruit. I mean, I'm talking about premature. There is a documentary. They will move it from YouTube. Or it could be there. They will call it yum yum. Some of them are so premature. They are so small where anything cannot get in, but they can perform yum yum. Yum yum is just what it is. Okay, where the guy will explain, he will say, well, I want this boy to play basketball. So the guy say he's too small. He can't play basketball with you or football. He can't pickleball. He can play pickleball with you, but he can do yum yum. So the guy will pay and they will do yum yum. There is one billionaire that they caught in Cambodia, and he gave $100 for him to be released. They couldn't release him because the problem was it was something international. But he got arrested there all the time. He would give the police $100, and they will let him go. That was in Cambodia. Okay, those little countries, I see a lot of black men will go over there and try to imitate those white men. They were not originally. They weren't there to get ripe fruit. It was never made to be like this. That's why they have this issue now with the ripe fruit, because if the fruit is ripe, it's good to eat. It's beautiful in the eyes of the eater. There will be conflict. Unripe fruit, it doesn't. The unripe fruit doesn't put that much fight or defense. It can't, because it's just a little one. What the hell? It can't fight. So multiple of those dudes, they move in those countries, especially in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s, the 90s. Like 80s and 90s, this place was a paradise. And early 2000, it started to become hard around 2010. When things were exposed to the internet, the public internet. They were the internet, okay? They had things like Daisy Destruction, 2 men and a hammer, 2 girls in a cup, all those things. They were real. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, they were real. All right, stuff like that happened in Europe too, and things. So when you go in those countries expecting to live there, expecting things like that to happen. Now, I am not accusing my beloved or anybody, whether you are white man or anyone, or doing this thing. This is on your own. Remember, each country have their own laws. Each state have their own laws. I believe in the state of Florida, however, it's 16. I believe over there in France is 16. In the country like the Philippines, they are around that. This is their laws and things. I do not blame anybody, whether you get involved legally and illegally and things like that. But what I'm saying is, to our men out there, be very careful. Be very careful when you go to places like that for these specific purposes. Me personally, I will not advise any man to go in any country for this, to perform that. Not like that. Not in that way. Okay? Any country, I will advise our men to bring something over there, something of value, something that will benefit the people over there. And in return you will receive this, but automatically if you do something that would be good for them, automatically whatever, it will happen, because there are women over there. Any places that you go, you bring something of value, women are there, and it will happen. But I would never tell any army or any man for that matter to go in those countries and do this type of this thing. It's not like they are taking advantage of those women, okay? And those women don't need you to fight for them. For the warriors that like, okay, I gotta fight for, they don't need that, because they need the money, and they are in a situation that you don't know what they are suffering to. However, in a country like the Philippines, quite a few of those dudes perish in that earthquake, okay? Quite a few foreigners perish. So be mindful of that when you go to places like this, when this stuff... Is that thing recording? Is it recording? Is it? Okay, all right, it is recording right now. Boy, okay, all right. Yeah, so be mindful that things like that will happen. And then when it does, if your family members doesn't hear about you, mostly a lot of the men that go over there, they do not have any connection wherever they came from. There was a guy, he went over there in the Philippines. He was an alcoholic. He was bad in the UK. He was doing a bunch of stuff. And he thought, like, if he go to Thailand, I retract Philippines, I meant to say Thailand. He got there in Thailand, and they find him homeless, still drinking, still stuff, and stuff like that. A lot of the men, they all, white men, very wealthy, capable men, well educated. There are certain things they can't do in the UK. They can actually do it, but the shame is unbearable. They can actually do it in the US, but the shame is unbearable. So they will go in the Philippines and Thailand. They will find the lady boys. They'll find other men, and then they will get down with them. Okay, so things like that happen. No judgment here. Okay, none of that, but things like that do happen. All right, let's keep on moving.
Aftermath of two deadly and powerful earthquakes that rocked northern Venezuela Wednesday evening, flattening buildings and killing at least 164 people. Officials warning that number will rise significantly.
I had an opportunity to talk earlier this morning with Delcy Rodriguez, the acting president. We're obviously awaiting we're already deploying search and rescue teams from Fairfax County, Virginia, and Los Angeles. There'll be some others we'll add. That's their most immediate need right now is search and rescue efforts. They have a bunch of collapsed buildings, and so they'll need a lot of help in terms of digging through that.
The 7.2 and 7.5 magnitude earthquakes that destroyed this area are reportedly the strongest to hit Venezuela in more than a century.
Okay, 7.2 and 7.5. And what I dislike about those people, they always come up and try to make light of the situation. 7.2, 7 plus 2, you know what to do. 7.5, 7.5, you already know who's in the mist. Now, what's going on here? Again, this is current 70, KTLA, 70 degrees. The 60, 70, 69, 70 Shepherd and stuff. They always do this, beloved. When they say things like that, oh, that's like more than 100 years. Which means this happened before. But like, it happened again. And stuff like that. And things. No, man. Look at this woman. She's all mangled. Blood is upon all her face. This dude lost his, or probably was asleep somewhere, or he was taking a bath, and when this thing happened, he didn't have time to put clothes on, or his clothes had blood on it, or whatever. You don't know what happened to those people. And this mental, those people, mental hygiene, it's not going to be up to, it's not going to be top notch. Because this thing is going to traumatize you, man. I've seen this. I've been in an earthquake before. All right? The most terrifying things, the ground is shaking. And then you can't walk, you can't run. You don't know what to do because you're not used to things like that. Horrible things, okay?
Venezuela in more than a century. A desperate search on the ground today with hundreds of people injured and thousands still missing across the country. One of the most devastated locations, La Guaira, an area north of the Caracas capital.
An earthquake just shook the entire building minutes ago. It's the heaviest quake I have felt in Venezuela.
Witnesses detail the terrifying experience with the shaking lasting more than a minute. Then the first quake shook the area. Seconds later, another one, much stronger, pounded Venezuela. The impact felt 1,000 miles away.
Okay, so again, beloved, whenever you are in the earthquake, the first one, get out of the house or whatever place that you are, get out. Get out, go to the open field, man, get out. Go to the open field because the second one, it might not be holding up too much, the structure of the house, okay? Darwin Gonzalez via story.
Rescue crews have so much ground to cover, they're still racing to make it to some parts of the disaster zones, where witnesses say people are badly injured, trapped but alive. Time now running out to save all of those still clinging to life.
Okay, there's fires too.
And the threat of even more destruction or casualties is not over. The Interior Minister is now urging people to stay outside since those aftershocks could further damage the area.
It will. That's why you have to stay outside and see if you can just sleep outside, man, So all right, so what is this? 5 days ago, yet it is live. 128 watching, but 5 days ago.
Yeah, the guy actually uses that comment. You can't prove,
the video is live.
Through lineage or whatever else that you're the Israelites.
The video is live.
Because
which is about 18 minutes ago, but they said that thing come out 5 days ago. They really messing with the brother channel. They really are messing with the
Who
brother
are the
channel.
people
Okay.
that discontinued us from our heritage?
Okay, the video was 18 minutes ago. All right, today, Wednesday, and they said the video was 5 days ago. When you look
Dozens are dead and thousands are missing after a pair of strong earthquakes rattle Venezuela.
Let me see if I can
Could
find it again.
further damage the area.
Okay, they won't put it there. They say 128 people are watching. When you click, it's 300 whatever, and then they said it was 5 days ago. So that's why you can't get views, because if somebody you're watching, oh, the brother was live 5 days ago. Oh man, I wanted to catch the live, but he was live. You know, they just put it 5 days ago. That's how they know the people do. Okay. They have interviews here. I don't want to go to this because this seems to be a private channel. They might strike me. All right, let's keep on moving, beloved. Okay. Okay, this is India. They dramatize too much music in this thing. Too much music. Okay, I think this is Japan. Is that what that is? Okay, this is Japan. All right, this is Japan. All right, this is in Japan. All right, so it's everywhere. And Iwate and Aomori. Okay, reached Japan. It was a 6+, 6 point something in Japan over there. So all right, so the Japanese infrastructure is a lot better. Is well built. It's built for that. It's built entirely against things like that. So that was in Japan. Let's keep on moving. I think I got a better video. This one has too much music in it. They might strike me. Okay. Okay, that's some of the fire over there in Houston, Texas. Okay, this was 2 days ago, June 23rd, at least for me. A massive fire in Houston, Texas covers the city in giant clouds of black smoke. All right, so the fiery conflagration of the city is indeed here. Okay, a sister just texted me. She said, I mean, Sister Campbell just texted me or something. She said, the Mosai's Raft, after this single was uploaded, not even 24 hours. Look what happened to show the powerful this song is when we invoke the Mighty One power. Okay, for those of you who may not know, okay, that's 22, the brother's still alive. We just upload a video view channel. Where is it? We just uploaded a video yesterday. Usually it's really hard for me to find my own video called The Mosai's Wife. Okay, so this is the video that we had uploaded. All right, so
Shalom, all praises to the Most High. Great glory.
This is Behold the glory of the Most High. Great glory, great glory, great glory, great rising. Yeah, yeah. Rav, the Most High Rav, the Most High Rav, the Most High Rav. You can't stop the Most High Rav. The Most High Rav, the Most High Rav, the Most High Rav. You can't stop the Most High Rav. The Most High Rav, the Most High Rav.
Okay, and at the end right here where we depicted the earthquake, okay, right there. And you can go watch the entire video, and this is where prophecy was indeed fulfilled.
You can't avoid it, no, you can't stop the Most High. Rav, the Most High Rav,
okay.
Rav, the Most High Rav,
the angel destroying
the Most High Rav, yeah, Rav, the Most High Rav,
earthquake destroying,
the Most High Rav,
flood,
Rav, the Most High Rav, yeah, Rav, the Most High Rav, you can't stop the Most High Rav, Rav, the Most High Rav, yeah, Rav, the Most High Rav, oh, Rav, the Most High Rav, you can't stop the Most High Rav, we're gonna Rav, the Most High Rav, Rav, the Most High Rav, Rav, the Most High Rav, yeah, Rav, the Most High Rav, Rav, the Most High Rav, Rav, the Most High Rav, yeah, Rav, the Most High Rav, you can't stop the Most High Rav, Rav, the Most High Rav, yeah, Rav, the Most High Rav, oh, Rav, the Most High Rav, you can't stop the Most High Rav, we're gonna Rav, stop, the Most High Rav,
the airplane crash.
you can't stop, stop. You can't stop, can't stop the Most High Rav, yeah, Rav, yeah.
So you can go ahead and watch the entire video, the Most High's Wrath, all right? And that's exactly what's going on out there. We upload all the video. You can watch the movie, the video movie we have here. We had a great movie. We made Happy Jubilee 4 days ago. It's about 1 hour and 20 minutes. Okay, all the music videos are here. A lot of truth in them. Poison, Stay Out of It, Shut You Down, you know, Wrath, all those videos there, you know, go ahead and watch them. You know, do the best that you can. You don't need to watch all of them, just scroll to them and stuff like that. Excuse me. And they are hiding the views. They are hiding everything. So the videos can't never, the highest view is 12,000. You can never find a video more than that. 10,000 is like every video is 10,000. 10,000. Esau's Trouble, barely 11,000, 11, 13 barely, but mostly, you know, 10,000, 13, 10,000, 10,000 right here. All the stuff 10,000. That's where the cap is. Once it past 10,000, they will not show it. For instance, this video say 591,000. That's it. It won't. No matter what you do, it won't go. They will just say, okay, only 500 people barely see that. You know, when in fact is 1.7 million views on it. You know, 8.8 million, 10 million, 12 million. Okay, 13 million, 100 and some thousand, but they capped everything. They keep all the, well, it's not monetized. I do monetize my my channel. Certain stuff I monetize, but those things I don't. The music and the Esau's Trouble, I don't monetize them. I used to monetize the Esau's Trouble, but it's just too much hassle and things. It's just too much stuff. You know, they give me a restriction, so I choose not to do that, at least not now anymore. Okay, you can go ahead and watch the music videos, and everything is there. You will see the stuff that we're talking about. You know, it will happen. It does happen. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and go check out the videos. Great glory. Let's keep on moving.
CBS 6 News starts.
Okay, we're still gonna go into the earthquake. You know what? Let's see the fire. Let's finish with the fire.
An explosive scene in Oklahoma.
Oh my gosh.
A fireworks stand up in flames, colorful flashes, and plenty of bangs lighting up the sky on the side of the road. The unplanned pyrotechnics, a scary show for those driving by.
Alex, I want to get out of here.
The local fire department says its crews quickly got to the scene over the weekend, putting out the inferno in about 20 minutes. And fortunately, they say, nobody was hurt. It's not the first accidental fireworks show, with summer now here and America's 250th birthday approaching. Earlier this month, a trailer hauling fireworks caught on fire while driving on a Tennessee highway, shutting down traffic as it launched explosives across I-75.
And again, people are wondering, like, okay, but well, why is this happening? Why really? A fireworks stand, there is no fire, there is not the fireworks stand, there is no actual live fire or someone that would, to a degree, just light up the fire. Yet it happened. Yet this thing happened. And people are wondering why. Well, the lesson is clear here, man. Yeah, stop celebrating garbage, clear off the lane, give back what you stole, and then that's it. But you know, you can do it the easy way, you can do the hard way. But apparently, you people don't like to do anything easy.
And over in Texas, an RV full of fireworks triggering this smoky scene after a small fire inside spread to multiple boxes of firecrackers nearby. Every year, authorities sound the alarm. The National Fire Protection Association reports that hospitals treated almost 10,000 people for fireworks-related injuries in 2023. The damage can go far beyond people setting them off. The group saying fireworks triggered more than 32,000 fires that year, killing 15 people and causing nearly $150 million in property damage. Heading into this 4th of July, authorities coast to coast cracked down on firecrackers. In Northern Virginia, one fire department warning of an increased fire risk as the county is under a drought warning. Some places in wildfire-prone California banning the pyrotechnics altogether.
Have conversations with your kids about the dangers of fireworks, not only for their life, but for the potential of fire and the devastation it can cause in the community.
And another city near Los Angeles threatening fines up to $2,000, confiscation, and even criminal charges. Trying to keep celebrations safe.
So, yeah, that's what it is.
Tom, you idiot.
Okay, this is the place, okay, La Guarira, okay? The guy caught the whole earthquake.
Look at it. Tom, you idiot. Look at it. Guys, 10 San Juan.
Okay, this is probably the best place for you to be on the sea when something like that happens.
Look at that, Mom. I'm already mad. Let's go. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Our family. Dude, look at that thing.
Okay, so you just witnessed how this thing happened over there in Venezuela, all right? The sister sent me a headline to put the video. Great, include the caption picture of the frequency vibration. Let 83 know our great one is with us and he is tearing down their kingdom. Indeed, he is. Excuse me. He is tearing down their kingdom. What would be the aftermath, beloved, for those of you that are watching this? After that, what would be, what is going to be, I shall say, the aftermath? Let me know. Oops. Let me know in the comment board. In the meantime, for those of you that are interested to get your spiritual background checked, because this isn't the time to play, watch this. Would you like to know who your guardian angel is? Would you like to know which day belongs to you? What color to wear on your day? What perfume or cologne to use? Would you like to know your metal, your house, your element, your flower, your birthstone, and your 5 days of miracles? Do you know your celestial family members? Do you know your opposite side, your shadow side? If you would like to perform your own spiritual background check, please buy our book on Amazon, the 8K Family Handbook. Inside, you will find a step-by-step guide to discovering your spiritual powers. The link is in the description. Find your special abilities and nurture them. Great glory! Indeed, if you can't or unable to do your own spiritual background check, you can send me an email and I will do it for you for a fee. Let's keep on moving, beloved brothers and sisters. This thing is no joke. This thing is real. Next video. Let me see this one. We'll get to that. Alright, this is in Japan. Let's see if we can enlarge this. Multiple cameras show moment 6.9 magnitude earthquake strikes Japan. Move out of the way, man. That's their automatic things. That's true. And again, with Japan, they showed you nothing. The camera shakes. And that's it. It's just wide place, but they don't show you damage and things like that. That was in Japan, okay?
3 powerful earthquakes have just struck within a half hour of each other in 2 different parts of the world. The first struck in Venezuela about 2 hours ago. 7.1 quake hit in the northwest part of the country near the Caribbean coast. It was quickly followed by a 7.5 quake. Video shows the moment the quake struck. You can see people trying to hold on to breakable items as the room shakes. And here's some look at the damage left behind. We're still waiting to learn if anyone was hurt. This quake has also triggered a tsunami advisory in Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. Then about a half hour later, another quake hits, this one in Japan. This a 6.9 striking along the country's northern coast. It hit during the morning rush hour there. So far, no reports of injuries or damage and no tsunami warnings have been issued for this quake.
All right, we want to bring in our chief meteorologist, Jeff Ranieri, to talk about this. He's been tracking this. I know these, even here, we picked it up on our seismograph. Can you talk to us about that Venezuela earthquake?
Yeah, so we're going to start off with that. And if you're checking our app or you're getting those alerts, you're noticing 2 different reports, these coming within less than a minute of each other. We had a 7.2 and also a 7.5. Now, usually that's going to be combined into one final number. We're still waiting to hear if it was 2 separate quakes or if the USGS just needs to recertify this and get that number range anywhere between us.
Okay, what he's saying here, we need to know, you know, these guys like it was a 10.0, but you know, so we want to downgrade that ish again. Downgrade it because we don't want to tell the people like what's going on. Too much of that ish. No, let's downgrade it. Let's say it was a 2.7 and a 5.7 instead. Okay. So they are waiting and stuff like that. Okay. So I'm not gonna go too much into this thing, but this one it happened in Japan and of course in California, which they are not saying anything. Let's keep on moving.
Earthquakes also rattled Northern California and Japan yesterday. A 5.6 magnitude,
this is
quake
in California.
centered in the rural California community of Willits, shook homes and businesses.
For some reason, anytime they show earthquake in California, there's always a bunch of wine falling off the shelves. Is that a message? Is that sweet wines over there? Is that what that is? Is that what that is? Because it's not in Japan because it says confinement or body care or condiments. I'm not quite sure, but this is in California.
In the rural California community of Willits,
wine
shook homes and businesses. Video shows groceries and bottles toppling off store shelves. A few minor injuries were reported. And in northern Japan, several cameras capture the moment a 7.2 quake struck. The government says nuclear sites were not damaged, but issued a warning about aftershocks. 6 people were injured there.
Okay, all right, so okay, this is some of the video of the things in Japan. Let's watch this one. Okay, things will fail. A little to minor damage, at least that's what they showed us. Okay. Okay. Then again, this is what they are doing here. Gentiles, where are your scrolls that you show when God talked to you? Stop inserting yours into mine. 5 days ago. 572 are watching. Okay, they said the video was released 5 days ago. And then if you click on it,
did you guys spread your Christianity when you first got here with the Native Americans? Oh, I know where you're going with this. Yeah, we're talking about your history.
It's live.
We're talking about how people were forced to accept your Christianity.
And I don't know why they are doing this. I don't know why. But they are messing with the video. They said it was live 5 days ago, but it is live now.
Earthquakes also rattled Northern California
I think we watch this. Let's move to the next one.
From the valley. It's been closed for almost 3 weeks now. But now 12 News journalist William Pitts is learning the problems are being caused by more than just the drought.
San Carlos Lake has gone down quite a lot, but take a look at these before and after photos. This is 2023 when the lake was in pretty good shape, but look what happens when I show you 2026. The lake almost disappears. The water level has gone down to almost nothing. Video of the lake from the Gila Herald shows what's left. Those aren't rocks, those are all dead fish, washed up on shore from what used to be San Carlos Reservoir.
This last winter was catastrophically horrible. I mean, we've had some bad winters in the last 20 years, but this past winter was the worst we'd ever seen.
Rhett Larson is a professor of water law at Arizona State University. Why are we talking to a lawyer about dead fish? Because the issue at San Carlos Lake is both environmental and legal.
It's been a really bad winter. There's a lot less runoff, so it's a bad drought year. But there's also a legal component of it, which is there's required legal releases from Coolidge Dam that have to go to downstream farmers who have water rights.
He says water law works like this. The first people to sign up get their water first. That's how San Carlos Reservoir works too. The oldest water rights wanted their water, and that started to drain the already low lake, which killed all the fish in it.
They'll say, hey, you guys have got to open the dam, let water come down to me, and nobody else who has a junior water right can get in the way of that water. So what happens with a place like Kearney is if you're further back in line, when there's not enough water for everyone, you're the one that takes the cuts.
I've learned more about water law than I ever wanted to know.
It's not a challenge that I was looking to.
And this is the thing with 83. Something like water, they put laws in there. Like they can choose to give you water, not giving you water, make you pay for water. One of the most, well, it's not one of the most, if water is not the most essential part of life, where you can go 40 days in a desert without no food, but working in the heat 4 days, or even 4 hours without no water, you will feel the difference.
Face.
That's Kearney Mayor Curtis Stacy a few months ago when the town started warning people they were running out of water. The town gets its water from the Gila River, which is fed by the San Carlos Reservoir, and they're at the bottom of the water rights list. Data from the U.S. Geological Survey shows the lake levels drop all the time, but this year is extremely low, and it may be the new normal, a smaller lake for the same amount of water rights. So why don't they just adjust the agreement to match the lower lake levels?
There's no need to re-adjudicate it because we're still adjudicating it. There is something called the Gila River General Stream Adjudication, which was started in 1974 and is not over yet. And this court proceeding is now older than I am, and I'm 47 years old.
A 51-year-old court case with no end in sight. Meanwhile, the lake is still closed with no date to reopen or any.
The fish die because there is not enough water. If there is not enough water, not enough oxygen, and they'll die. Okay.
Overseas now to that deadly heat wave melting records across Western Europe, and it's about to get worse as brutal new highs hit the region. CBS News foreign correspondent Chris Livesay is in Paris, which once again topped triple digits.
Visitors flock to Paris expecting the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre. Instead, extreme heat is closing their doors early.
So many people who've traveled from around the world aren't getting to see the sights that Paris has to offer because of this heat wave, and it's dangerously hot.
Europe is in the midst of its second heat wave this year, and summer's only just begun. But unlike the U.S., air conditioning is not ubiquitous. Here in France, only 25% of homes have it.
Today was the day you decided to jump in.
Already, at least 40 people have drowned trying to stay cool in lakes, rivers, and canals like this one in Paris.
And you can't blame them for cooling off. Tonight, France is one of the hottest places on Earth. Hotter than 99% of the planet, including parts of some of the hottest deserts.
The current heat wave isn't limited to France. In London, commuters are dreading blistering rides on the tube. In Rome, getting a glimpse of the Pope will cost you a sunburn. As heat waves become more frequent and more fierce, Europe must confront a new reality. Its most famous landmarks were built for a cooler world.
So now you have the heat wave destroying and killing people. Let me go ahead a little bit into this whole thing and how this heat wave, it's not what it seems to be. It's more like a microwave effect. Okay, when we step in the sun, we're expecting the sun to act like a flame, something that burn the surface, at least in this case the epidermis, the first layer of skin. And we tend to believe that once we put sunscreen upon our skin, again I'm speaking in a general term here, right? And the sun will not affect us. It will reflect whatever UVA or whatever those people are saying. The fact remains, the sun, whenever it hits you, doesn't hit your skin only. It passes through you, whether you want it or not. The particles pass through you. It goes into your organ, your bloodstream, your DNA, your hair follicles, your nails, everywhere, even in your, if as a man, in your sperm, the women in the egg. And it can cause a lot of things in there. That's why there's a lot of infertility in the midst of a certain group of people. because the sun can literally cook the egg or cook the sperm and kill it. It can literally do a bunch of stuff. Of course, those things are not scientifically verifiable. Is that what it is? They can't verify it. But yes, the sun can do that. So now, it's not saying this so when you step, like, oh, the sun is hot. Oh my God, I gotta go inside. No. No matter the temperature, cool, it will do that. Hot, doesn't matter. If the sun hits your skin, you're done. Now, that's one part of it. The second part, people say, okay, well, I'm staying inside, or I'm wearing big clothes or whatever that is to not letting the sun ray, at least the beam, hitting me. It won't. That's not what that is. The sun carries so many particles that are so small, which is not only they can't see it with the naked eye, they can't see them with the whatever microscopic instrument that they have, microscope or any other instrument, but those things are below the Planck length, something they can't see, and they can stay in the air forever. And those things are intelligence. They are very intelligent. When you breathe, whatever you breathe, the air outside or inside, those things will be in your bloodstream, and then they will analyze the bloodstream. If you are one of us, it will protect it from whatever. If not, next time things like that will happen. After the summer, this person just fell. That guy just fell on the floor. He stopped breathing. There is no pulse. Cut him up open. Autopsy revealed he had a blockage on the heart. People are like, well, did he take the pick? Did he put that tick in his stock? No, he didn't. He was just a regular person, but he died. What happened? Well, a few months ago, there were a heat wave. Okay? A bunch of people doing things that they ain't supposed to do. Weird crime. Taking out all their family members. Just like this one right here. Okay? Mother, children, grandmother found dead. All right?
Now with breaking news.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Tom Bosco coming to you live right now from Mechanicville. We're at the Mechanicville Police Department where we are bringing you everything that we know right now about the deaths of a family of 6 found in their apartment last night. A neighbor told us the family had not been seen for weeks. This afternoon, police identified the people. It was a mother, a grandmother, and 4 kids. The kids were between the ages of 13 and 10. Police at this point have not told us a cause of death. There are still a lot of unanswered questions about this, but we have our CBS 6 team working to get you some answers on this. We've got team coverage on this tonight. Brianna Sapardi has been looking into the family and the family dynamics that may have been in play with this tragedy. But first, Anthony Krolikowski has been Mechanicville all day long. He is at the John S. Moore Homes right now with all of the details that we know. Anthony, what are police telling us now?
Good evening, Tom. Well, at this point, we know that, as you said, there are 6 people who were deceased, found in one of these apartments behind me right here on Harris Avenue. At this point, Harris Avenue is back open. The crime scene is down, and police left a couple hours ago, but we just did see one cruiser go by just a few minutes ago at this point. And while the investigation was ongoing today, the community was very active. There was kids playing in the local park, and the community members were out at different picnic benches, all while this neighborhood was practically a crime scene in its entirety in certain aspects, as there was the 2 apartments, the one where the grandmother lived behind me and another one, as you hear from Bree, where the mother lived. We spoke to one neighbor who tells me he hadn't seen the grandmother in weeks.
Honestly, it's been about 2 weeks.
Wow. Okay. Please do not let the name match the face.
A little over 2 weeks was the last time I've heard or seen any commotion going on out back over here.
He looked like a moody fellow, Sir Austin right here. Austin Moody, he looked like a typical moody fellow.
2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks was the last time I've heard or seen any commotion going on out back over here.
Austin used to watch people, man. Like, Austin, I haven't seen any action for 2 weeks. Like, what's up? I guess think you know better than me. I haven't seen this grandmother stepping outside and stuff. I haven't seen people here, man. I call police, man. Austin Moody is a great neighbor. This is the type of dude you need to have in your neighborhood to watch over you, make sure that, you're there, If I don't see you for 2 weeks, there are certain things that I keep a tab on you. If I don't see you, calling the police, man.
For 2 weeks was the last time I've heard or seen any commotion going on out back over here.
Austin Moody says he used to see his neighbor, 64-year-old Amy Stedman, outside her apartment with her 4 grandkids playing. Now it's a crime scene.
But yes, no, they were such a happy family. I don't understand why something like this would happen.
Stedman's daughter, 44-year-old Sarah Myers, lived at the complex with those 4 children. Mechanicsville police say all 6 of them were found dead in Stedman's home. Moody says the father is not around.
From what I heard, there was a custody battle with the dad.
Police identified the children as Harper, Hudson, Gavin, and Gracelyn Harmon, ages 13 to 10. Current evidence points to no individuals other than those who passed away being involved.
I mean, I don't believe that there is foul play involved with anybody else, honestly, because it's been completely quiet. There's been no crazy mischief or anything else. It's just been silent.
This dude is very knowledgeable on what happened. But nonetheless, a custody battle, most likely, I don't know. Father like, yo, you ain't taking my kids away from me, you and your mother, and then, I'm going to take you guys out. Maybe that father walking the son. Maybe something get into his DNA and switch his mind, change his mind, made him doing that. We don't know. At least I don't know.
Police have said there is no known threat to the public, and anyone with information should contact them. Reporting live in Mechanicsville, Anthony Krolikowski, CBS 6 News.
So they still don't know who did this. It's something, I think they have they have an update here. Let's watch. Let's listen to the update. That's 4 hours ago.
Good morning. Thank you for coming today. My name is William Rabbit. I'm the chief of the Mechanicsville Police Department. And today I'm joined by Mayor Butler. I'm joined by Major
they took the kids
Robert
out
McConnell.
Too.
He's the New York State Police Troop G Commander. And by Captain Patrick O'Brien and members of the Mechanicsville Police Department and the New York State Police Major Crimes. I want to begin by acknowledging the profound impact this tragedy has had on our community. Mechanicsville is a close-knit city. Many residents knew the family involved, have children and grandchildren of their own, or simply cannot comprehend the loss of 6 lives under such heartbreaking circumstances.
4 kids.
Our thoughts remain with the family members, friends, neighbors, first responders, and everyone affected by this tragedy. We recognize the seriousness of this situation and the pain it has caused throughout our community. The Mechanicsville Police Department, in partnership with the New York State Police, remains committed to conducting a thorough and complete investigation while providing as much information as possible without compromising the integrity of the investigation. As you know, the Mechanicsville Police Department is investigating the deaths of 6 individuals who were discovered inside an apartment at the John S. Moore housing complex located at 2 Harris Avenue in the city of Mechanicsville.
Who did it?
I want to remind everyone that this investigation remains active and ongoing. The information being released today is based on evidence currently available.
So it's still active, it's still going. They don't know who did this, what happened there. Okay, let's move to a heat wave over there in France.
Extreme heat is spreading across Europe for the 2nd time in 2 months. Schools have closed, trains have shut down. It is so hot in France that drinking alcohol was banned in certain parts of the country to try and protect people's health. Scripps News international correspondent Ross Cullen is joining us live in Paris, France. And Ross, I understand the heat now has turned deadly. What's the latest on this heat wave?
Yeah, Holly, here in the center of the French capital, it is extremely hot. It is uncomfortable out here. But in fact, that is not the top temperature today. 145 degrees in Rennes, which is a northern city in a very wet and cold part of the country. So if it's very hot there, it shows you what it's like in the other hot parts of the French Republic, like Bordeaux and other southern cities. The French Prime Minister holding another crisis meeting today. He's been holding daily meetings with ministers to try to get a handle on the situation, and he announced earlier on Tuesday that the total number of drownings in the past 5 days has now risen to 40. And then in addition, 2 young children aged 2 and 4 died after being left in a hot car, and 3 elderly people also succumbed to heat-related complications. So it is a deadly heat wave, particularly with people going in unsupervised parts of rivers and the sea, just trying to get some relief from the heat, but they have been getting into difficulty in the water.
And Ross, Germany also experiencing one of the most intense heat waves in recent years. What's happening on that front?
Yeah, certainly is intense, certainly is lasting in Germany, in Spain, in Italy, red alerts, like we have here in France, red alerts.
Basically, beloved, is worldwide. The entire world is warming up for something. The religious leaders are not coming out there and explain this. You are not seeing none of the so-called Christians are out there talking about they saw this heat wave coming onto them in a dream. You're not going to see them say, "We see, I warn you," and stuff like that. Logic and reason with me, beloved. Is it possible that those calamities, the earthquakes, the heat waves, let's round this to those 2 subjects, are they being caused by unseen forces? To clarify, not the so-called elite. Could the earthquake that happened in Venezuela, Japan, and California is being triggered by somewhat or some underground entity? Is it possible that the great mighty behemoth is awakened? 3 earthquakes in under 1 hour in 3 different places, France, California, and Venezuela, is not a coincidence. Although me myself, I do not know the full consequences, well, the full significances. I retract what I said. Instead of I retract consequences. I meant to say significance. I meant to say significance. Though I personally don't know the full significance of it. But one fact remains, it is unusual, and something caused that. And this was not caused by men. Men do not destroy their own kingdom to rebuild it itself or to make it better. When men wants to make their kingdom better, they take over kingdom, other kingdoms. They add to their kingdoms, not destroying it and rebuild it. No, they never do that. They go to other kingdoms, swag it, jack whatever they have, and bring it back. Excuse me. And build their own. Logic and reason with me. This heat wave, could it be possible that the sun indeed have certain particles in it that are targeting certain places, certain people, on the behalf of the treatment of the chosen one? A lot of things happen. Sphere coming out of the waters, go to the sky, spheres running around. People are calling them drones. there are certain things that happen that cause the airplanes to drop out of the sky. There are certain things that happen that make the people physically, mentally, above all, unmotivated. They simply want to, they don't want to do anything, they just want to go to sleep forever. No one have the strength, at least in the midst of them, no one have the strength to go out there and work for the system, elite or whatever, because the blessing is over. The heat wave in France is not something that should be taken lightly. And Germany, Spain, much of Europe, this isn't a joke. It's only going to get worse. Let's keep on moving.
In Italy, in Florence and Rome, other cities as well under extreme heat, even the United Kingdom, even Ireland, which is often doesn't have the same weather as the rest of Europe. Very hot into the mid-80s in even the southwest of Ireland, in County Kerry, where it is usually very fresh, should we say, but very warm there as well with this heat dome effect. It is not going anywhere soon. We are expecting temperatures of around 110 Fahrenheit, around 40 degrees here in Paris tomorrow, Wednesday, and also Thursday. Holly?
Wow. Well, as somebody who lives in Atlanta, we know how brutal the heat can be. Stay hydrated, stay in the shade, Ross, and get an air conditioning when you can. Stay safe. Scripps News international correspondent Ross Cullen live for us. Thank you.
All right. So that's what it is, beloved, okay? Talking about drinking water, let me go ahead and drink a little water. Let's take a 2-3 minutes break. In the meantime, watch this and I'll drink some water. Study to show thyself approved unto the Holy One.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
The Holy Spirit, our Mother herself, is in the midst of our class, teaching, showing, and reasoning with us. Come and study with us. Magic, psychology, technology, economy, art. Download our monthly Word of Power, secret and powerful prayers. Join today as a tier. Student, Gravis, and better yet, Intra Templum. We must not cast our pearls before swine. The link is in the description. Join us today. Great glory! Would you like to know who your guardian angel is? Would you like to know which day belongs to you? What color to wear on your day? What perfume or cologne to use? Would you like to know your metal, your house, your element, your flower, your birthstone, and your 5 days of miracles? Do you know your celestial family members? Do you know your opposite side, your shadow side? If you would like to perform your own spiritual background check, please buy our book on Amazon, the 8K Family Handbook. Inside, you will find a step-by-step guide to discovering your spiritual powers. The link is in the description. Find your special abilities and nurture them. Great glory! Happy Jubilee is our new album. It is available now on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, and any streaming service. You can also watch the music video on our YouTube channel. The link is in the description, and the QR code is at the end of this video. Listen to music that raises your vibration, music in harmony with your peace, music that brings true happiness. The album is by your beloved brother Big Levi. Download it now. Let the music help you reach a higher vibration and a positive frequency. Great glory! Great glory indeed, beloved. Join us. Sign up with the Patreon if you can. Do the best that you can. Get the music video is available on the channel. They're available on Big Levi Vivo. Okay, you can get them pretty much anywhere. Do the best that you can. As you can see, beloved, the times where everything is going according to scriptures. The Christians cannot explain anything. The pastors can't come. At least the pastors cannot come and explain anything. We are the only people that are out there that are bringing the light into the darkness, and only a few people are willing to accept the light and receive the light. Most folks don't. They still believe their pope, their pastors have the answers. Above all, didn't lie to them. So they choose to keep their alliance with them. And it will come a time, personally, I will not be available. It will come a time that you will not find me. You will not find information from me anymore. It will come a time that our beloved are becoming increasingly rare. And it will come a time you won't see them at all. Take advantage now. Do the best that you can. Let's keep on moving. Is that thing even recording right now? Is it recording? Yeah. All right, it's recording.
48 have drowned as people seek respite across France from the searing temperatures. Half of the country is now under a red heatwave warning, the highest level that there is. On Tuesday, France recorded its hottest day since records began nearly 80 years ago. The mercury breaking through 44 degrees Celsius in the southwestern town of Pissot. More records are expected to fall, and weather experts cannot say with any certainty when this heat episode may end. French weather forecaster Météo France has described the conditions as comparable to the heatwave of August 2003, which resulted in the deaths of more than 15,000 people. It's too early to say what the impact of this heatwave may be, but the French government is trying to stay on the front foot. Yesterday, it asked hospitals to make more beds available by suspending routine treatments and sending those in a stable condition back home.
All right then. They're going to have to clear the hospital and make more space for the others.
Tonight, firefighters battling out of control wildfires out west. From Colorado to Utah to New Mexico, the fires scorching thousands of acres. The intense smoke seen here covering the sky in Utah. This Ring camera capturing flames surrounding this home. And in New Mexico, watch as this fire gets dangerously close to a highway. The blazes fueled by extreme heat across the country. The brutal temperatures also being felt in France as more than 50 million suffer a brutal heat wave.
Unbearably hot. It's just ridiculous. You can't seem to escape it.
While thousands of Parisians are flocking to the Canal Saint-Martin to cool off, the city reached 106 degrees, breaking a June record. While Paris once again had to close iconic landmarks, including the Louvre.
There would normally be hundreds of people here waiting in line to step inside the most visited museum in the world. But look at it now. It's the middle of the afternoon and the doors have just closed.
Around the country, at least 48 people have drowned since last week while trying to escape the heat. Americans in Paris trying to catch a break.
We booked an Airbnb, spent one night there. It had air conditioning, but the air conditioning was not anywhere near sufficient. No one slept.
As so many struggle to cope during the extreme heat.
Danielle is joining us now from Paris. And Danielle, the heat's being linked to tens of thousands of power outages there, right?
Okay, so let's go to
this morning.
This is the same thing. I don't know why I put it there. Wildfire in Utah. Okay, there's a wildfire going on in Utah, okay? 5 active wildfires raging in Utah. Let's see what's going on here.
Wildfires erupting in the west. Time-lapse video shows thick plumes of smoke rising over southwest Utah as the Cottonwood wildfire quickly rages to over 24,000 acres since it was first reported on Monday.
Everybody's kind of grasping at resources right now. There's several wildfires happening in northern Utah as well as surrounding states.
Firefighters now battling at least 5 large wildfires across Utah. Over 80,000 acres up in flames. The entire state under severe drought as extreme heat and low humidity make grass and trees primed for burning. High above Salt Lake City, take a look at an airplane passenger's view of the smoke and flames from the Bonneville fire, now 40% contained. Farther south in Eureka, the Iron Fire has already charred more than 31,000 acres and is nowhere near containment.
This was reported by Mr.
Already charred more than 31,000 acres and is...
This one was reported by Mr. John Woo. The son of Woo. John is the son of Woo. You know who's in the mist, man. John, the son of this fellow right here. Type it in the comment board. Type it in the chart play. The Most High isn't playing. The Most High is wrath.
Nowhere near containment.
Oh my gosh.
Not far away, a scary moment for this driver and his family. Smoke and ash completely engulfing their car, making it nearly impossible to see out the window.
Okay, Utah scorched 30,000, zero containment. It's not 80,000. Let's see the one in CBS. This one, is that what that is? Let's see what. No, we just got this one. ABC. No, which one that we had? So many of these things. You don't know what. Okay, this one is 8 hours ago. Okay, that's better. Let's see what's going on here.
In regional news, a rapidly growing wildfire in southern Utah is threatening hundreds of homes and may become one of the most destructive fires in the state's history. Utah Governor Spencer Cox toured the damage yesterday as the Cottonwood fire continued burning east of Beaver. The fast-moving wildfire has already destroyed parts of Eagle Point Resort and damaged structures in the area filled with mountain cabins and condominiums. The fire started Monday night and exploded to nearly 60,000 acres by yesterday morning. Firefighters have not established any containment. Officials say dry vegetation and challenging weather conditions have limited opportunities to slow the fire's spread. More than 300 homes are considered at risk, and crews have not yet been able to complete damage assessments because of the fire's intensity. Investigators are still working to determine what sparked the blaze.
Okay, so that's in over there in Utah. Okay, this uploads 26 minutes ago. This is the one in California, Northern California. That's the earthquake. That should be good. Let's watch this one. Okay, this is Northern California, man.
I got tape! I got tape! Wait!
Alright, the people are running, the dogs are running because this haze is real, son.
I got Daniel! We're okay! We're fine! Oh my god! Holy God! Come on, come here.
destroy the kitchen.
Who are you talking to now?
Casey.
Huh?
Casey.
Yeah, this issue is real, man. You know, this is real. Because people are pretending those things are not happening.
Take what you just sit down and relax for a minute.
Huh?
Okay.
Just go sit outside.
All right, it is real. This thing is real. Let's check some of the wildfire in New Mexico, I believe. Wildfire in New Mexico. Okay, 8 hours ago, there's no evacuation. Let's watch this one right here.
6:49, time for the morning rush. A handful of wildfires continue to burn across New Mexico this morning. That includes the McCauley Springs fire in the Santa Fe National Forest, and that is near Hemis Springs. Now, that fire initially broke out yesterday morning and has so far spread to about 150 acres. The Forest Service says that there's a high potential for that fire to spread. Evacuation orders and centers they have now set up at the Hemis Baptist Church and the Senior Center.
Meanwhile, here's a look at the full list of evacuations and closures. Sierra de los Pinos and Hemis Falls Campground were both evacuated. Highway 4 is closed from mile marker
2740. Now, here's the thing, beloved. Whenever they initiated some form of evacuation like that, they never come back and said, okay, now the evacuation had been lifted. Those people come back to their intact houses. Like the place is good, undamaged, and immaculate the way that you guys left it. And that's the way that it is. They never say this. They never show that. It is when you go to random YouTube comments and there's a fire somewhere else, and people say, "Oh, I used to stay in Sierra de los Pinos, and there was evacuation. I didn't listen, and I almost died. I lost everything. Please, people, evacuate whenever you hear things and stuff." I'm like, well, why they never, what the hell? They never said anything concerning those people, if they lost or if they didn't lose their houses. What the hell, what happened here? But it does happen, you know, and in that cases, okay? So let's keep on moving.
to 40. Battleship Rock Campground and Redondo Campground are closed. Meanwhile, Los Alamos County is in ready status. The Valles Caldera is also closed. Oof. Ryan.
And chances for rainfall today may help out with the fire threat efforts across our viewing area. Albuquerque, 91 this afternoon. Storms more likely not as hot. Gusty conditions, more chances of rainfall for the next couple of days before our next pattern change.
In southeast New Mexico, the minor fire is burning just north of Ruidoso. Right now, it's just about half an acre in the Lincoln National Forest. Crews on the ground and in the air are working to contain it.
Meanwhile, down in the Gila National Forest, the Zacaton fire is now more than 2 acres in size. It was first spotted on Sunday afternoon north of Silver City. Yesterday, visible smoke could be seen along U.S. Route 180. There's no word as to how much the crews have been able to contain the blaze. Ryan.
And chances for thunderstorms for the next couple of days. Nearly statewide chances of rainfall today. Brief bouts of heavy rain, hail, strong winds, frequent lightning. Not as hot today. Lingering storms tomorrow, but hotter and drier with the fire threat returning this weekend.
Oof. This morning, the governor is calling on the state attorney general to open an investigation following a report claiming the feds allowed fentanyl onto New Mexico streets. The Associated Press
Okay, all right. This is the fentanyl. We're not going to get into that. Let me see. There was this. Let's see if there's any details concerning the 6 people that were killed. Excuse me. Oh, that's why I left my glasses in the other room when I was drinking water, so I can't see things. Where is it? Where is it? India becomes hotter than the Sahara Desert. That was a month ago. Mainly, I saw this woman right there. She lost her job over this nonsense. JP Morgan's, good job. She lost the job. Okay, well, at least Cottonwood fire over 70,000, zero contained. Damn, that's brutal right here. Let's watch this one. Woo. This is brutal, man.
All right, what you were just taking a look at there is video of a cabin up in Beaver that short time after became fully engulfed in those flames. That's where we want to go now, to the Cottonwood fire, which is burning in that area.
ABC4's Brian McElhatton is there live. Now, Brian, you got there yesterday and have had the chance to talk with residents as well as the governor. What have you heard from them?
Oh, Ryan.
Hey there, Alyssa and Matt. Good afternoon to you. Let's start off with the latest numbers here. The acreage update on this fire, 70,992. That was this morning. So we know it's blown past that. It'll definitely approach 80,000 acres as the day progresses. 0% containment, folks. Firefighters are doing the best they can.
And that's what a lot of people on TikTok don't understand. When they say the firefighters are doing all that they can, because there are certain times they have to leave the fire. They have to let it burn because there's nothing they can do about it. Then people are like, oh, the elites are paying and stuff and things like that. No, man, they have to let it burn. Because they can't stop it. There are certain stuff you cannot fight it. It's too late. It's too grand. It's too powerful. You can't stop the Most High Wrath. Got a music video for that. Where's the Most High Wrath? Right here. There we go.
Shalom, all praises to the Most High. Great glory.
Behold the glory of the Most High.
Great glory, great glory, great glory, great rising. Yeah. Rav, the Most High Rav, the Most High Rav, the Most High Rav. You can't stop the Most High Rav. The Most High Rav, the Most High Rav. You can't stop the Most High Rav. The Most High Rav, the Most High Rav, the Most High Rav. You can't stop the Most High Rav.
Like in a picture, Genesis 15:13 indenture. It was divine capture that our people had to endure. 83 has no future, no measure for their pasture. The blessing is fisher, the culture vultures fracture. No departure for the rapture, reality is rupture. Got the title no structure, the first of them is not sure, but the last of us is a treasure, yeah.
They thought their deeds were obscure, real actions they got captured.
And confusion, her voice was the only thing to usher. Now feel the full wrath of oppression.
You can't stop the Most High Rav. The Most High Rav. The Most High Rav. The Most High Rav.
The Most High's wrath is upon you.
No,
it's the end.
The Most High Rav.
None can escape.
The Most High Rav.
You can't escape it. You can't escape it. You can't escape it. You can't escape it.
With that lecture, the reacher's useless gesture. We are the same creature, we worship by nature. 400s of torture, it was a great adventure.
They want to be us by twisting our holy scripture.
Changing the procedure, forging our signature.
Even emotions of nature want none of our mixture.
Now everyone wants to sever the pleasure. That's why we say you cannot stop the Most High
Rav. The Most High Rav. The Most High Rav. The Most High Rav. You can't stop the Most High Rav. The Most High Rav. The Most High Rav. The Most High Rav. You can't stop the Most High Rav. The Most High Rav. The Most High Rav. The Most High Rav. You can't stop the Most High Rav.
Jesus wants you to prosper.
Every down was manicure, the sermon was a pedicure. The lesson was secure, we were in slang and pure. We were considering and pure, the castle of
Your sins are laid bare. The verdict is final. Guilty.
Prophecies are now manure, but you can also endure. Was it ready to get it through the words could ever conjure? That's right, we see. You can't stop the most size rough. The most size rough. The most size rough. The most size rough. You can't stop the most size rough. The most size rough. The most size rough. The most size rough. You can't stop the most size rough. The most size rough. The most size rough. The most size rough. You can't stop the most size rough. You can't stop it. You can't hide it. You can't avoid it. You can't escape it. You can't stop it. You can't hide it. You can't avoid it. You can't escape it. You can't stop it. You can't hide it. You can't avoid it. You can't escape it. You can't stop it. Stop. You can't hide it. Hide. You can't avoid it. No. You can't stop the most I rough. Rough. The most I rough. Rough. The most I rough. Rough. The most I rough. Yeah. Rough. The most I rough. Rough. The most I rough. Rough. The most I rough. Yeah. Rough. The most I rough. You can rough. The most I rough. Rough. The most I rough. Yeah. Rough. The most I rough. Oh. Rough. The most I rough. You can rough. The most I rough. We gonna rough. The most I rough. Rough. The most I rough. Rough. The most I rough. Yeah. Rough. The most I rough. Rough. The most I rough. Rough. The most I rough. Yeah. Rough. The most I rough. You can stop the most I rough. Rough. The most I rough. Yeah. Rough. The most I rough. Oh. Rough. The most I rough. You can rough. The most I rough. We gonna rough. 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 Stop. Rough. Stop. The most I bring rough. You can stop. 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 You can't stop. Can't stop. The most size rough. Yeah. Rough. Yeah. Yeah. You can stop. Stop. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Whoa. Get off my way.
Yes, indeed. The Most High's wrath is upon you. And in the video, everything that you see here, it's prophecy. And they all will happen. No matter what you do, you can't stop this. So let's see if there is any update on the kid that was, well, the 4 kids that were no more, and the 2 adults. Fencing going up around reflecting pool in Washington, D.C. People have no idea. You people have no idea what you're doing. First of all, they deployed. Remember a few months ago, beloved, when they deployed the National Guard, a lot of people was like, oh, this is Jacob Chabot, the National Guard and stuff like that. Okay, well. Okay, there's a fire, an apartment and fire and stuff like that. They put a rifle out their pants, victim speak after 13-year-old or whatever. Okay, well, good grief. The hell is that? Anyway, there are more stuff with the earthquake, pop up here. This double murder over there, and I forgot the name of this place, but those 2 women got killed. Okay, well, I don't think they have anything yet. So, the mighty Leviathan, the behemoth, all these things are being awake. This thing, shocking car explosion. 30-acre wildfire triggered. Let's see what's going on with this. Oof.
I thought that on film.
Damn.
His jacket.
He's filming it.
Yeah.
So I'm like getting ready because this is like shit that could go on the news.
Yeah, he like pulled out his jacket.
It's crazy that there just happens to be a fire truck right here.
I thought that on film.
Oh my god. Holy
That was awesome.
baby, this is starting a Fort. You should go live on Citizen.
Alright, so and the fire is everywhere. Okay, bushfire along 405 freeway. Let me see, vehicle blast caught on fire. That's the one we just watched. And passenger will help restrain pilot doing mid-air emergency. Let's check the airplane crash. Let's close with the airplane crash. We got so much. I'm not going to. This one did the emergency landing 22 hours ago. Okay. Small plane crash in Columbia River caused power outage and stuff. This is one that just happened in Columbia River. Deadly plane crash in Bowie. Let's take this one. I believe it's the one over there. This one. No. Is that the one? Let's check all three of them. Alright, let's check all three of them. Let's check this one.
The harrowing moments caught on camera as a Ride Air flight was forced to crash land in Alaska's Glacier Pass. Despite a terrifying few moments, no screaming, no panic. Everyone's safe on the ground. It's not ideal. One pilot and 8 passengers, including Brett Filippi, who filmed it all.
How's this for your first time in Alaska?
Has this before?
No, this doesn't usually happen.
Flight 4AW flew from Fairbanks to Coldfoot, then on to Inuktitut Pass, but along the way developed engine trouble. In a blog post, Filippi says the pilot turned back to us and said that he was looking for a spot to land. I cinched my seatbelt tight. Suddenly, an open clearing in the Alaskan wilderness. The impact dug skid marks in the ground, but the dirt-covered plane left mostly intact.
Had an emergency crash landing out here in the bush. Thank you. Thank you.
That's very lucky.
30 minutes later, a search plane was overhead.
They found us.
2 hours later, a helicopter began lifting everyone out.
Everyone's safe, and that's what matters.
Soon, all 9 were back in Coldfoot. The Cessna 208 Caravan is a reliable, rugged plane with an equally reliable engine. Tonight, passengers are crediting the pilot with saving their lives.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay
thing could
updated
have-
on breaking news and top stories.
This thing could have turned really, really bad. It's just they had enough space and then they land. If there was too much trees or stuff, that would have been a great issue here. Something happened, the plane just pulled the plane down. And they can't fly anymore. They can't stay in the sky anymore. Okay?
Good Wednesday evening, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm Austin Reed.
And I'm Wendy Redman.
First at 5, we begin with breaking news. A small plane crashed into the Columbia River in the Tri-Cities this afternoon.
Let's get right to Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz. He joins us live from the Pasco side of the river with the very latest. Caleb?
Right, Austin and Wendy, hello, hello. Yeah, so I'm on the Pasco side of all of this right now. As you can kind of see behind me, things are wrapping up just a little bit, but I'm just going to walk you through everything that I saw and everything that happened. So basically, this all started a little bit over 2 hours ago, I would say, and a small plane hit a transmission line, which is on the opposite side of me. But after that happened, it crashed into the Columbia River upside down. And so that's kind of what prompted that response, is that we had tons of different agencies on the scene. I can see both Pasco Police and Fire and several other agencies supporting them, trying to make sure that this gets taken care of and trying to bring that plane out of the water. And I'm going to show you a little bit of video on that right now, actually.
So that happened 21 hours ago. Okay, it's just did 2 people die? Others report 2 fatality. 2 people die. Let's go into the next one.
New this morning, the investigation continues after a deadly plane crash in Bowie claimed the lives of 3 people.
Federal investigators expected to arrive on scene in Bowie today as they work to determine what caused that single-engine aircraft to go down in a wooded area just feet away from a townhome community. Fox 5's Maureen Ume live in Bowie with the latest this morning. Maureen?
So investigators have been combing the debris field, which is pretty wide, but we can show you now the wreckage. We've been able to find it in that wooded area behind this townhome community. Take a look. It looks devastating. And this is just one portion of it, the main portion. We see a wing a little bit of feet down there towards the wooded area. Again, this is behind a townhome community. So you see just how close all of this could have come to hitting these homes and really causing more damage and more fatalities. NTSB is taking the lead in this investigation. This is a single-engine Piper Cherokee, and it crashed just before midnight Saturday night, killing all 3 men on board. It went down around 11:30 Saturday night in the woods off of Scarlet Oak Terrace. This is in Bowie. Authorities say the aircraft was traveling from Ocean City, New Jersey to Montgomery County Air Park in Gaithersburg. The crash site is just a few feet, as I said, from a playground.
Then again, beloved, you don't know who those people were. You have no idea what they were going to do. I believe somebody said they one of them is some form of a politician fellow, deputy, or some kind of senator, some Congress guy. He perished in this thing. And that's the only one, man. You know, that's the only one. I think it's pretty much the same video right here.
2 people are dead following a plane crash over the weekend in Jessamine County.
An investigation is underway, and we're expected to learn more about it during a news conference later today. In the meantime, Jay Sobardo is in studio to tell us what we know so far.
Good morning, guys. The Jessamine County Sheriff's Office says it received several 911 calls reporting a plane crash off Keene Road between US 27 and US 68 around 8:45 Saturday morning. When officials arrived to the scene, they found that to be true, and now several federal agencies are investigating the crash. Take a look at this frightening video where you can see the plane actually falling out of the sky.
Again, beloved, this thing, look, it's just fall off the sky. It's just, look
the
at
crash.
this.
Take a look at this frightening video where you can see the plane actually falling out of
the sky.
First
It's just
responders say the
something
crash site was on a farm where they found a small plane that had crashed with 2 victims. The names of those victims have not yet been released. The National Transportation Board says it was a CA-6WB aircraft. While the cause of the crash is unknown, several agencies, including the NTSB and the Federal Aviation Administration, are investigating. According to the NTSB website, during every investigation, officials follow the same general 5-step process, which includes the initial notification and decision to investigate, on-site fact gathering, analysis of facts and determination of probable cause, acceptance of a final report, and finally, working to implement safety recommendations based on the investigation. Now, as we mentioned, we are expected to learn more about the crash during a news conference that is taking place later this morning at 11 o'clock. We'll be sure to bring you the latest details both on air and online.
So the plane just, something pull it down and then that's it. All right, that's the, I believe that's the last one. We watched this before.
Preliminary investigation indicates that at about 11:30 last night, a flight that was en route to Montgomery County Airport from Ocean City, New Jersey, crashed in a wooded area in Bowie. At this point,
okay, so it's 12 aviation accident in 3 weeks. All right, in 3 weeks. Deadly crash, horrible crash. There's nothing, beloved, I can add into this. This thing happened, the guy and that, stuff. This. Anyway, man. All right, beloved. Oh, yeah, I wanted to pull that out to see where the earthquake happened. La Guaria, Venezuela. It happened there. Okay, this is right there in the coast right here. Let's put something here. Earthquake. And Japan. Let's measure this. Let's put on polygon here. One right here. Let's go to California. Northern California. There's so many plane crash over there. We used to record, but I don't do that anymore. Let's say Northern California. Let's put it by Reading. And then let's go to Japan. See if there's a line over there. Where's Japan over here? And Japan. And Japan. Right there. Let's put it in. Let's put it in Tokyo. There we go. So let's see if it forms anything. Okay. So it's 3 point. It goes from here. Strange. Okay, so when it looked like, hang on. Excuse me. Okay, let's put it straight. Okay, it looks like to me the way this go all the way from Japan to this is the proper line right here is one line. It goes from this and then somehow it goes to Japan, but the path looks like one side of the X that course, doing the Aleph, doing the solar eclipse that happened a few years ago. Seems this followed through. All those states are going to get it. The state that course Texas, Arizona, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, and Nevada and stuff. And then those states in the middle, are they next? Not quite sure. This is one of the line that X marked the spot and things like that. So we did mark France a few years ago. The Eiffel Tower, we told the people something gonna happen to France. Then you see the heat wave, maybe. Interesting. This thing passed right on top of Haiti. Did it pass? Oh, it passed close to the Atlantean temple. Tortuga Island. What else? Bermuda Island, the Bermuda Triangle. Pass right in the middle of it. All this indicated the great Leviathan and Behemoth. Maybe we're on the verge of seeing certain things. I don't know, man. Antarctica? Is she going to de-ice herself? I don't know. But anyway, beloved, I will leave you with love. I will leave you with peace. I say shalom. Hey, she's going on, man. Great glory to the mighty one. This is our power. Be at peace. Study to show thyself approved. Do the best that you can. Study to show thyself approved unto the Holy One.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
The Holy Spirit, our Mother herself, is in the midst of our class, teaching, showing, and reasoning with us. Come and study with us. Magic, psychology, technology, economy, art. Download our monthly Word of Power, secret and powerful prayers. Join today as a tier. Student, Gravis, and better yet, Intra Templum. We must not cast our pearls before swine. The link is in the description. Join us today. Great glory! Would you like to know who your guardian angel is? Would you like to know which day belongs to you? What color to wear on your day? What perfume or cologne to use? Would you like to know your metal, your house, your element, your flower, your birthstone, and your 5 days of miracles? Do you know your celestial family members? Do you know your opposite side, your shadow side? If you would like to perform your own spiritual background check, please buy our book on Amazon, the 8K Family Handbook. Inside, you will find a step-by-step guide to discovering your spiritual powers. The link is in the description. Find your special abilities and nurture them. Great glory! Happy Jubilee is our new album. It is available now on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, and any streaming service. You can also watch the music video on our YouTube channel. The link is in the description, and the QR code is at the end of this video. Listen to music that raises your vibration, music in harmony with your peace, music that brings true happiness. The album is by your beloved brother Big Levi. Download it now. Let the music help you reach a higher vibration and a positive frequency. Great glory!